The Tech Disruptors podcast is brought to you by the Average Dad Tech Store. Get all of your latest and greatest tech at averagedadofficial.com.
My left video just went viral.
I'ma strike back and take your whole empire. Spontaneous combustion. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special Easter edition of the Tech Disruptors podcast. We've even decorated our background to make it more Eastery colors because that's what Easter's all about. Jason, how you doing, buddy? It's been a couple of weeks since we've had our last show here.
Yeah, I actually am looking forward to today because
I
we
know.
missed Sunday. We had some things going on, couldn't make it. But yeah,
We're back.
the good news is there's a lot of stuff to cover. We probably won't
Yes, there
cover it
is.
all, for sure.
Yes, there is. Now, this week, all weeks in tech have been busy, but now we're getting into May. May to about November, October, maybe. That's where it starts to get pretty crazy, right? This is where we see all the big releases and products and all this AI stuff that's coming out. But it has been a minute since we've talked about it, and I want to start with a couple of little different things here. So I think this article here might be our good starting point today. So let me see if I can actually make it work. I've forgotten how to function. Okay, so you know how we have all these AI bots. We have bots to order things on Amazon. We have bots to chat with when we're lonely. We have bots to, for customer service. So there's this company called FinTech.
Fintech.
So FinTech claims to be an AI based product or company, but they've been kind of caught red-handed. So FinTech, the founder of company FinTech, has been caught red-handed saying that they have an AI bot, which is next generation and meant to change the world. But unfortunately, it was just a bunch of call centers in the Philippines doing all of the AI bot actions. So basically, yes, Jason, I know. Say it. Just go for it, Jason. Talk, buddy. And what do you want to say?
I hate to say this. This brings me back memories of Tesla's robots at the event, the
Yes.
robot. But this is going to happen a lot more. I hate to say it, because
I think so.
people
too.
are so eager to jump into AI, but don't have the knowledge or where to start. So like, hey, let's just set up a bunch of call centers. We already have call centers that steal money from people in the US. Let's just set one up to act like AI.
Well, so here is the thing. This company's been charged with I think they've been charged by the DOJ. They have here in the Southern District of New York. So basically, the story goes like this. So they were a venture capitalist firm that were trying to raise money for this AI bot. They raised over $50 million.
So they did raise money. That's
Yeah,
why
they
FinTech
raised.
do. So like if you and me started one and we hired like 100 people to be the AI agents, but we weren't charging anybody,
We'd be okay.
We still get in trouble?
No, I don't think so, because you're not really fooling anybody, right? I mean, as long as you don't claim that you're not doing that, I don't think it's a problem.
Well, I am actually an AI bot, and I am run by 100 call centers in the Philippines. So
This is true. But anyway, so they raised $50 million, basically, and came out and said, we're raising up money to create this AI bot. But I don't know what they did with the money, but they decided, let's just hire, a bunch of people in the Philippines, and they can do all the ordering for this AI service that they were running. This has been going on since 2022.
Oh, wow.
So it's been going on for a little while now.
With the money, they took it to the laundromat
Bank?
and laundered the money.
Yeah. So this company is doing something that I thought was kind of interesting, because I think this is the first time we've seen a company do this. Forgive me if I got this wrong. I don't know my history of the Tech Disruptors podcast, but I think this is the first time someone's been caught red-handed with this.
Yeah, we've had suspicions, like I said, with the Tesla robots and other things. But yeah, this is the first time I think I've even heard of anybody in AI getting caught red-handed. Faking it, maybe?
So with fintech, basically what happened here is they ran out of money. So I think they were developing an AI bot. They probably had really good intentions. They raised $50 million in total, but they ran out of money to develop it, and they had to go to option B, I guess we'll call it.
Oh, that I was going to say, there has to be. How did they get $50 million if it was fake?
Well, I'm sure they had some technology. They probably had something that looked good on paper, and I guess it's not hard to convince people now, right? There's AI everywhere. I'm sure you could get funding for an AI project right now.
Yeah, I mean, even scammers are being scammed. I mean, it's dog eat dog world out there.
So I saw this story. This was on TechCrunch, I think it was. It made me laugh because I thought to myself, this is number one. This is the first time, maybe not the last time, we're going to see this happen with AI and AI bots. But now, my question is, and this begs to ask a question: how many of these other AI bots / companies are doing the same thing that we just haven't caught them yet?
And I think that's the DOJ, surprisingly, getting involved with this begs the question, is there going to be more stones overturned? What people are going to start looking under the rock and checking? I don't know.
Now, could you imagine if Grok or Gemini, they found out that wasn't?
Well, it's interesting you said something, and this is kind of off topic a little bit, but I opened the Walmart app, and we have Walmart Plus, and I don't see it on here now. I don't know what. Maybe I got an old version. I was on one of my phones, and it said ask. It had like an AI assistant, but now I can't find it. I don't know what happened to it.
Huh?
Ask Sparky. I don't know if you can see that.
Sparky?
It's hard. It's at the bottom of the Walmart Plus app.
I think I've seen it. Yeah.
And it says, "Hey, Jason, I can help you with all your shopping needs. What are you looking for today?"
Wow. Okay. Sparky.
Now,
let me ask you this. Honestly, do you think Walmart invested money in this bot, or is that just Carl sitting in the stockroom on his fucking MacBook?
I'll be honest. I didn't mess with it. I just saw it. I'm like, it reminded me of the paperclip from Microsoft. Clippy. I had a funny feeling it's just like every other assistant that's out there. That's the live chat. That's really not live chat on a lot of websites. Just like an automated thing. Yeah, I could be wrong. I didn't mess with it, but if anybody in the comments or anybody listening to this later on, if you have other other reasons how it could be better, I don't know. But I want to share something though.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
you're speaking of AI.
Yes,
you heard of the company ByteDance, right?
I have. Yes.
So I don't know if this is old news. I mean, we missed last week. So let me see if I can share this. So I don't know if you've heard of this. The Dream Actor?
Oh, I did see this. Yes, I forgot to put that on my list for this week. That was this week. Yeah.
So as you can see in this video here, I'm assuming this guy in the t-shirt on your right is the AI, and the guy in the suit is the one acting it out. So correct. I don't have the sound on. I don't know if the sound really makes a difference. Let me see if I can max it. There we go.
My school! You are here because I've given you an opportunity. This is my school. You are here because I've given you an opportunity.
Isn't that crazy?
School.
Yeah.
You are here.
So for those listening on the podcast, it's basically an AI model and a guy talking and acting it out. And the AI model is actually the one doing the hand gestures, and it looks real. Now, the problem with this is people are saying China's beating the U.S., which is a change of pace, I should say, for AI. Because for the most part, the U.S. has been the leader. But it says you can scale adaptability. There's temporal coherence.
What does that mean?
This example highlights our enhanced temporal coherence achieved through integrated sequential motion patterns and visual references. I guess it's like
Huh.
smooth transitions, so it doesn't look like janky like a robot.
Yeah. Okay.
Or it has portrait animations. I mean, you can try it for free. Now, I did not try this. I was
Yeah.
kind of rushing for last Sunday's event, and we got canceled. But it is very advanced. Like it was blown up on X for a little bit.
Yeah. So I think it's interesting that we see that, right? I think we've talked about this before about how you remember a couple of weeks back we were talking about was it Abercrombie and Finch using AI models in their
No, H&M.
H&M, thank you. H&M using AI models. Now, I mean, I've had this conversation with a few people. over the last
Abercrombie and
couple of
Fitch. Are they
weeks.
even
I
around
don't
anymore?
know. I don't know. One of those companies. But anyway, but you know, like all these actors that we love so much, you know, they're not getting any younger. And you know, I think of people like, so let's talk about like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Like yeah, he's an action hero. He does.
And he's
action
at his
movies.
prime right now.
He's in his prime, yeah. But eventually, like
Yes.
all good actors, he's going to have to not be doing jumping off of buildings and crashing cars and all of that. But then there's not really someone else coming up that's going to take his place. We haven't seen the next Rock yet. Maybe he's in the waiting.
I don't know if this does like the AI model thing. Like if they could scan Rock right now and save him in his current form, and then when he gets to be 70, he can still move, but he wouldn't have to like actually do the
He just do the voice.
The AI model could kind of I mean, this stuff is blowing up so fast. It's hard to know what's real. When I first saw this, I'm like, if you look up Dream Actor M1, like there is no real articles on it. Like it was kind of sketchy. So I mean, it's still amazing. ByteDance is one of those companies that, you know,
they're doing good stuff.
TikTok.
Like,
well, they own TikTok, and they're in the crosshairs with Trump. So in the US here, whether you agree or disagree, I'm not here for that, but we don't get political here on Tech Disrupt.
No, we don't. We never have before. Now, let me ask you a question, right? So, you know, with a lot of these smartphones that are coming out in 2025, a lot of them are AI powered. So every phone is AI. But their go-to assistant is Gemini.
On Android,
On Android,
well, I mean, Samsung, you got.
Well, I mean, theirs is Gemini too, no?
Yeah, but they still have. I don't know if I put it in our roll sheet here, but I saw somewhere that what's the Bixby. That in China Korea, they're going to use Bixby Auto. Like it's their version, but it looked exactly. I didn't see the actual screenshots, but it looks.
I'm going to be honest with you. That sounds like a fucking terrible idea.
And Bixby is the assistant. Now, I will tell you, Bixby's gotten a hell of a lot better with on-device demands. On the F25, I think it uses both. Like Gemini for advanced stuff, and then Bixby. As I said, Bixby for the smaller things. Jesus, I'm losing.
Now, okay, so here's my question. So all of these companies are putting all this money into Gemini, but what if I told you there's a phone coming out in a week from now that's not going to use Gemini as its AI assistant, and it's not ChatGPT? So, well said.
Speaking of,
So apparently,
Perplexity?
my Motorola Razr, the 2025 edition, is going to be bucking the trend of using Gemini, and they're going to be relying upon Perplexity.
Perplexity is a subscription based. Remember the Rabbit R1?
Yeah,
they had some tie-ins with Perplexity, but I didn't do it because I didn't want to pay.
So I got when you bought your Rabbit R1, did you not get a year for free with Perplexity?
You did, yeah.
Yeah. Did you use yours?
When it was on, I used it for somewhat. But I mean, they've taken a lot of stuff out, like the DoorDash integration. Now that it's totally like its own AI robot. It's crazy now.
Well, so anyway, Perplexity is another one of these AI assistants that are around. So similar to ChatGPT and Gemini and all of those ones.
Pretty good too. It's very well known.
It's actually very well known. It's not a bad, but I find it kind of interesting that Motorola is going the different direction.
Well, here's my thing. So you're saying in the US, North America?
This is North America, yeah.
Because, well, I mean, Gemini is already built into Google.
Yes. Yeah. So you still have access to it, but it just won't be the native assistant.
Well, and is Motorola only going to, remember when Samsung AI came out? They're like, after this time frame, we don't know what it's going to cost or if it's going to cost something. Remember that?
Yeah.
So is
Yeah.
Motorola, are they big enough where they can offer this for free for a year or forever? Is it going to
Yeah.
take off? Because Motorola is what, number 4, maybe number 3 in the cell phone?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I hope it's.
I'd like to have different choices. Yeah, we want competition.
Yeah.
I'll tell
I
you,
mean-
Gemini Live is amazing. I was using it the other day with my kids, and they were like, "Holy
Yeah.
crap, you can talk to it like a person." I'm like,
It's
Yeah,
literally,
that's
yeah.
kind of what it is.
So basically, Motorola has kind of come out and said that its focus on AI-powered information interpretation that sources from fresh and up-to-date material. So I think basically what Motorola is saying here is that I think they're putting their money on the horse of Perplexity. If this was a race in a horse race, Gemini, Perplexity, ChatGPT, all etc., Razor's back in Perplexity.
Well,
Now-
ChatGPT is kind of in the Apple stable right now. They're working with
Yeah.
Apple a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
When you think of AI and the big players, I
Yeah.
think of Gemini and
Yeah.
ChatGPT. I haven't
That's
heard
it.
a lot. I mean, I'm not in that realm of AI a lot, so
Yeah.
I'm not here to say that Perplexity is, terrible. I just don't know
Yeah.
how good Perplexity is.
Well, so it's kind of funny, right? Because a lot of these AI assistants are popping up. So you probably heard of Claude is another one that's floating around with Perplexity. And then there's all these other ones that pop up now, like Sintra is another one.
Yep.
Which
Grok is X,
Grok
right?
is pretty good. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
what is Tesla? I think they're going to integrate. They started integrating an AI assistant because now you can say there's a you probably have this too, a voice
Yeah.
assistant button in your car. When I click
Yeah.
it and say hello, the car won't say it, but it'll write hello back. But that's about as advanced as it is right now.
Yeah, well, that's just like text to speech kind of response. Like, hey, but the reason I bring this up is because there's another company here called Sintra.
Yeah.
So Sintra is one that works in the background while you sleep, and it has the creepiest website I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh.
And I want to show it to you really quickly. So I'm not joking. When you scroll through their website, this is the first.
Well, it's
image that
kind of like
comes
when you
up.
see those ads back in the day where they were trying to advertise cigarettes to kids.
Yes.
This is like advertising AI to kids. That's what it looks like
So-
right there.
Yeah, I mean, I scrolled down, this scared the shit out of me because it just pops up, right? It doesn't just like thing. But anyway, I want to show you this one because I thought this was pretty interesting to me. So this is Sintra.
At Sintra, we always knew we wanted to do something different. Sintra was one of the first to launch AI prompts to market, one of the first to launch AI bots. And now, after empowering 50,000 entrepreneurs to have these tools at their disposal, we knew we wanted to take it up a notch. And that's why we asked ourselves this single question: what does it really take to create an employee on AI? To create an employee
So
like you
creepy.
would a real human? To mimic human companionship, human interaction, and human connection, all of which is so vital in our lives.
Why is that there?
I don't
To
know
evolve
what that
humans
represents.
to a new way of being. Introducing Sintra X. Companions that can do work with you. Employees that can complete tasks for you. Helpers
You know what scares
that
me
can
about this?
understand what you need.
Yeah.
Friends
Trump's out there
that can
putting
do
all these
work in
tariffs
just
on everybody to get more jobs in America, and this company's like, you don't need real employees anymore. We're just going to make them for you.
Yeah, so like I saw this when I
That
saw
is
this.
so weird.
And like these robot animations of this fucking visualization of the assistant. I don't know what this is. Like I from what I understand, they're trying to essentially replicate workforce in using AI, right? Like that's essentially what they're trying to do. But as I watch this, and I'm just going to mute the rest of it and I'll play it out. But
Welcome,
the video
Dan.
is
Welcome,
really,
Dan.
really creepy. Hey, Dan, how you doing, man?
Hello.
Yes, this AI voice. That's our AI assistant, Dan.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
created him
Hi,
ourselves.
I'm done.
Hey, Dan, weather tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding.
But anyway, so
It's going to be windy.
it's but I just want to show you this part because I know we were like just talking through there. But so you get to pick the AI worker assistant that you want, and I want you to look at them.
Can I get the lazy one that doesn't show up to work?
Like, what is this? What am I looking at? It looks like a video game.
Again,
Jesus.
AI is in its infancy, and they're throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. And if
Sticks,
this
yeah.
takes off, I mean, look at the. Do you remember what was that anime style that we were talking about a couple of episodes ago?
Oh, giggly, Gigi,
Yeah, and now we have
my
everyone
God,
putting
what a
action figures. Everyone's doing the action figure AI. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like whatever
Yeah.
catches on is what they're looking for. Oh, this is so weird.
It's probably one of the like weirdest of the lot, because basically you pick like an avatar AI assistant that's like a personality to help you with your daily task. It's so weird. It's like I feel like I'm watching a video game. Like, it's so bizarre. But again, this is what Centra's trying to do. They're trying to replicate the workforce using AI. Super creepy. Super creepy.
They're coming for us. Is what they're doing.
Coming for us. Dan, how you doing, buddy? Is it Dan just joined us, everybody?
Smashing,
from
mate.
Grounded Tech. Yeah.
How we doing?
Long time no
How's the baby going, buddy?
Been a while, man.
It's been a while.
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
How's the little one going?
He's unwell, but he's good.
That's awesome. Awesome. Now Dan is joining us probably on very little sleep. He's a new dad here, and I know you don't even sleep anymore, do you?
I was just gonna say, last night, he slept for 11 hours straight.
Are you serious?
Not even kidding.
Oh, that's amazing.
Wow.
Now, how much chloroform did you actually use, though? That's the question. 'Cause,
Just a slight bit.
just,
Just mix
the
it
old
in with the
whiskey on the
whiskey.
gums.
no
Mix it
whiskey
in
on
with
the
whiskey
gums
as well. You got to use both together. That's the trick.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Well, that's good. It's glad to hear it's all going well. Dan, we've been talking about a few things here, mostly AI during
Oh
today's
God,
show.
AI. Eh?
I know.
You
That
heard
was
of it?
crazy.
It
some
stands
of them.
for Apple Intelligence. It's the
Of
best by
course it
far.
does. I mean, it's the only one.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's the most intelligent.
I don't want to spend delayed forever.
Right?
We had adverts for fucking months for the
I know.
Apple Intelligence, and nobody had it. It's like what?
And they all took
what
them down. They're like
was the worst thing?
Hey, but
So annoying.
they are redeeming themselves because they are
They are.
working on the Vision Pro 2.
Oh
Okay.
yes.
And they're going to use titanium to make it lighter so it doesn't feel like a bowling
Ah.
ball in your head.
That makes sense.
Before we jump into the Vision Pro,
Sorry, I jumped
one more story. I promise this is right. So if I'm going to throw a term out, and I want you to tell me what you think it might mean or refer to. So if I told
dangerous.
you,
Yeah.
yeah, I know, right? If I told you that right now, somewhere in the world, there was a homicide prediction project being undertaken, what would you think that would be referring to?
That Tom Cruise movie. What was that movie called?
The UK.
Is they not? Well, I guess knives were included. What was the movie?
Minority Report.
Thank you.
Yes.
Dan. Yes,
That's the first thing that popped in my head.
So I saw this. This is actually a UK story, Dan.
I
You're
know it was.
welcome.
I've already seen it.
Yeah,
I've already tweeted
yeah.
about this shit. It's
Wait, does it have
crazy.
marbles that come down the track and
I
the
actually
people floating in the
posted
water?
it and compared
Dan,
it to
this-
I compared it to Captain America Winter Soldier, like Project Insight, where they're like
Really?
working out all the people that are likely to kill people or whatever else, or go against
yeah,
Hydra, so they can eliminate them all. So I was like, holy shit, this is what that is. That's that.
that's
So they're using
yeah,
German
so
words out of a book that actually triggers someone to start killing.
triggers people.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Don't say bratwurst. Dan will start murdering everybody.
Fucking
Either that or he just gets hungry.
definitely
Anyway,
hungry.
okay, just to recap for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, the UK are creating a murder prediction tool based on algorithms of your daily social media behavior and general behavior online. Find out if you're going to be the next big serial killer. So they're scouring the internet. They're looking at all of your dick pics. They're looking at all of those nude selfies you sent. And then,
Like in Minority Report, this is like
this is like the next
very-
level.
very controversial though. Like people
Yeah.
were like, how can you predict I'm going to kill somebody? You know, I mean,
This
And
quite
also
literally
because they
is.
misuse all these fucking things anyway. So it's like,
Yes.
oh yeah, we're just going to use this against people we don't like.
That's
no,
exactly
you,
right.
Dan, you didn't hear the whole story. What was that last AI we just watched the video? They're the employees, those little emoji guys. Those are the
Yeah.
employees picking who's homicidal.
Yeah.
Of course. Yep. Yep, brilliant.
So I don't know how you guys feel about this, but when I read
I'm
this
screwed.
article, I went, I don't know if I like the idea of an algorithm, something that's not that isn't immune to flaws, assessing my behavior to determine if I'm going to be a serial killer.
But Darren,
So-
we got the leg up though. We don't live in the UK.
No,
So
I
we're
know,
fine.
but I mean,
Yeah,
the
I'm
thing
just
is,
fucked.
yeah, Dad's fucked.
We gotta see
Dad-
these guys in like suits coming, the Men in Black.
I'm already on the fucking watch list.
But so my fear is this, right? So like, and all of this stuff like usually gets trialed in the UK, because of their very lawless society there. But they
Fucking insane.
they trial it in the UK, but I'm worried that this is just going to spread, right? Like this
It
is
will.
his first step in
Canada
like,
next, mate. Canada next.
yeah. I mean, they come to Canada, I'm fucked. Like,
I'm surprised it's not first, to be honest.
I know, to be honest with you, yeah, like it's
Because
probably
the
not a bad
US is
idea.
so perfect, right?
Yeah.
Well, they
Well, I
don't
mean-
have this shit.
Yeah,
So fuck.
Exactly
Yeah,
right.
hey, give it time.
Not
give
yet.
it time.
Well, yeah.
I mean, every pick so let me give you an example, right? So let's say you really loved,
Halloween,
no,
the movie.
no, let me give you a better example. Let's say you were a hobby gun enthusiast,
Okay.
and every photo on your Instagram account was you brandishing a weapon. Is that just going to flag this murder prediction protocol and go, this guy's someone we should watch?
No, this is advanced AI. They're not just taking in the pictures; they're also taking in your mannerisms, the videos you're posting of you shooting dolls that look like people. You know, I don't know.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know exactly. I mean, like this, it's that whole like dystopia thing. Like this is how the world's going to be in the next 10 years. They're predicting who's going to be the next big killer, the next big thing.
But you're all supposed to have flying cars by now, and that hasn't really happened. So, I mean,
Well, there are flying cars. It is shit. That's the problem. And they're
you can
like,
back
more
one
like
right now.
You can. This is true. So, Dan, you're being in the UK. I obviously, I mean, this will be a trial, I imagine, at first. But what's your general impression of this? How do you feel about this being trialed there?
Well, it's outrageous.
Okay.
Frankly, that's it. That's all. That's it.
Just
Like,
cover up that
Shouldn't be allowed to happen. Shouldn't be
cover
allowed
up
to
that
happen.
barcode on the back of your head. And cover it up so people can't see it. Obviously,
And that swastika on your neck too.
sake. You weren't supposed to tell anyone about that.
Oh, sorry.
See, the thing is, right, this is online, right? So now that's been fed into this new fucking
That's
program.
exactly right.
Oh,
They're gonna go
I
look
am
for Dan's
fucked.
swastika now.
So, Darren, if we're really mean, we could say
We
you
can
know,
just
We're-
start.
we're in North America. We could start saying word
just-
association, Dan, with all these really bad words. You
I'll
ever heard of
take it.
Jeffrey? No, I'm just kidding. Almost a-
Fuck's sake.
So here's another, like, just one more thing on this. So let's say you're really into documentaries, and every documentary you watch is about a fucking serial killer. Is that,
Lots of people are into those.
yeah, like, so is that going to be in your viewing history on Netflix? They take that
Hold
information
on.
and go,
So
Yep.
women like my wife watches Criminal Minds, NCIS.
yeah,
What's that show on? I forget what it's called.
how to
Snap.
get away with
Where
murder?
women always are snapping and killing their husband.
Yeah.
Does that mean they're gonna flag?
I mean, women are generally more likely to be psychopaths, I suppose.
I need to go upstairs.
He needs to go delete his browsing history. So anyway, just some crazy things happening in the world with that. Now, Jason already alluded to our next story here.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. So you just ruined the whole show. Apple has decided that the Vision Pro was a raging success and they made billions of dollars. So let's bring back.
No, they spent billions of dollars.
Well, there's that too.
Mm.
Yeah.
So Apple is reportedly working
That
on.
picture is so stupid.
I know, right? Working on two different versions of the Vision Pro.
Oh, great.
And it's all building towards AI glasses, according to Engadget. But I
Of
don't believe
course.
it. I read somewhere, actually, it's funny that you say this because it was an article that came out this week that apparently Apple is absolutely gunning to beat Meta to smart glasses.
Well, and that's what's funny. So Apple's
Yeah.
dying so hard on AI,
Yeah.
and they've kind of stumbled. I mean, I guess the 16E is selling well, but I mean,
Yeah.
generally, like the Vision Pro was supposed to be this game-changing thing, and it kind of died. Apple is so desperate. I saw an article about they're already poaching Samsung for foldable screens. They're actually working on a pair of Meta glasses like what they already have too.
Yeah.
I mean, and unfortunately, we all know, and Dan should know, we don't call him a sheep, but he is a very big Apple fan. So as
Mhm.
soon as they release anything,
Well known.
Yeah, especially like the Apple toilet paper. That was a good one, wasn't
That
it?
was good. Yeah.
iPaper.
Mm.
Yeah.
Why is that iPhone 16e selling so fucking well?
It's cheap.
Like, what is it? Yeah, it's not really though.
In terms of
Basic.
iPhone, it is, and
Yeah.
every carrier in the U.S., T-Mobile, giving
Have you
away
seen
for
how many
free.
people still run fucking iPhone 8s?
Yeah, true.
Like, it's basically just like
An upgraded
that.
iPhone
It's
8.
just really sort of like not complicated, just works, does the basics, whatever else, and it's newer,
Yeah,
and people just buy it.
They have no choice.
yeah. I
I mean,
guess. Yeah,
you
that's all
have
they
a
know.
size difference,
Yeah.
and maybe that's about it. When you buy an iPhone, you're getting the same experience on every single. Generally, that's
Yeah.
why. Like, I know I'm not getting off topic, but with Android, yes, there are some limitations. There is some fragmentation, but it's getting better. Updates are getting better. But you have multiple carrier or multiple manufacturers who are making different. I don't know, experiences. I guess you could
Yeah.
say. I mean, Sony's kind of going away. They're going away. LG's gone away. But still,
So I mean, I know when it comes to like AR, the AR stuff. This was an article that came out this week. This was on 9 to 5 Mac. So apparently, Tim Cook wants to beat Meta. I mean, we've already seen the Meta prototype of their smart glasses. I mean, they were rough
Amazing.
around the edges.
I don't
But-
know. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, amazing to think. But so, I mean, here is my thing, right? This Vision Pro 2.0, this what they're working on right now, are they going to come out like the Meta Quest, or are they going to come out like the Meta Ray-Ban glasses? Is this Vision Pro?
Pro has to have vision involved. And the Meta Ray-Bans now, I have them.
Yeah.
Just have cameras in them.
Mhm.
There's no vision part. I mean, besides the camera.
Or
It's
maybe
got-
that's what he wants. Maybe that's what he's trying to do. Maybe he's trying to blend those
Here's
two.
the problem.
genres.
The Meta glasses have Meta AI, and it's actually pretty good. And you can change the voice. Mine's John Cena, which is
Nice.
hilarious.
Gosh, why not?
He tells me my weather and tells me jokes. But isn't Siri like kind of stupid and lacking? And Apple Intelligence isn't there yet. So what are they going to do? What's it actually going to do for you?
I don't know.
I
You know,
don't-
it's funny. I know we've been talking about the Apple Intelligence, but I actually have a funny feeling that when they do release it and it's going to be fucking really good. Do you get that impression? That if they
No,
do
I
manage to
don't.
iron it? No? Oh,
No,
okay.
because they're struggling so bad. They're hitting so now they're just rushing things out. The last few
Yeah.
products have been kind of rushed. They're still
Yeah.
going to make. Don't get me wrong. They're going to make tons of money because Apple people are going to buy Apple products, and I don't mean that in a mean way. That doesn't matter what they sell. If they snot in a rag, it might be dumb to everyone in the world, but Apple fans will buy it.
Yeah.
And they'll think it's the best new thing ever.
Well, that's
But what I
exactly
will
right,
say,
yeah.
there's going to be somebody probably on X or Twitter or X, Instagram, Facebook that's going to say, "Hey, I want you guys to crowdfund, pay for my Vision Pro 2, and I will promise to make tons of content,
Yep. And then sell
yeah. Yeah.
and then sell it for."
And then sell it. Yeah. For a profit. Yeah.
it. Mm.
Listen,
Dan's already thinking about it.
Mm.
yeah, I'm going to start a fucking GoFundMe or a fucking Kickstarter.
I'll
for
be
this shit.
honest. I still want to try the Vision Pro just
Yeah.
to see what it's like. But my problem is I'm not invested deep enough in the Apple ecosystem. There's
Yeah.
no real. I mean, gaming is kind of sparse on it. The Quest 3 by far, and you have it now too. You have the 3S, don't you,
Yeah.
Dan?
Yeah.
Pretty much the
So,
same thing. It's amazing.
You know what problem I'm having with my 3S?
What's that?
I get motion sickness.
Depends on the game. So
Scary
Yeah.
true.
you've heard of Skyrim, right? Everyone's heard of
Yeah.
Skyrim. So
Yeah.
they
No.
ported the old version of
You
Skyrim.
said Rimmer or Skyrim?
They poured the old version of the game onto the Quest, and I got it. And I will be honest with you, that's the first game I ever got motion sickness. But I'm wielding a sword, I'm swinging it
Yeah.
at people. That's the
I
only
got
time felt
sick with Arkham Knights, the Batman game. Because in that game you're like, shooting fucking things and flying across things and turning wheels and all kinds of shit. And I got so sick one day. I remember one of the first days I was playing the game full time. I was using the whole immersive kind of thing. I remember just at one point I was like, I'm gonna puke if I don't stop playing this game. Like I was getting to that point because I was just
I've never
so
felt
much
that
motion.
before. I've never felt that
I didn't
before
think
until
I
played
would
Skyrim.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't really used it all that much. It's just kind of been sitting there on the charger for about.
Well, speaking of the Quest 3, this is off topic too. I don't believe in ghosts by any means. And if you guys do, there's
He
nothing
does.
wrong with that. But you know how it has mixed reality, so it like scans your
Yeah.
walls and
Yeah,
it uses like like I'm gonna assume it's some
LiDAR?
yeah, LiDAR, probably something like that. And there was a video I was watching, and a guy was scanning his room,
Yep.
and it scanned a figure of somebody that really wasn't there in real life.
Holy shit! I would fucking
Wouldn't that
burn
scare
that
the
thing
shit
afterwards.
out of
Yeah. That's going straight in the garbage if I see that shit.
What does it
Like,
mean? Putting it in the garbage
yeah.
isn't gonna help you. The thing is still there in your room.
Yeah. Well, I know I got my son to try the MetaQuest, and so when he put it on, he wears glasses, so it's a bit,
I
a
do
bit hard
too.
for him to.
It's
yeah.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's an attachment in the the 3S box. There's an attachment
Yeah.
for glasses, which doesn't work all that well. But I remember because he's obviously he's 12, so he just starts whipping his fucking arms around, and I copped it an elbow to the mouth, which because he just you're not aware, like it's this big immersive experience. It looks like
Yep.
you're in this world. But the Batman game, surprisingly, it's very immersive. Like you feel like you're in Gotham City. You feel like you're punching bad guys in the face
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
I was playing Little World or something where like it uses your room and you can like build like a world like on your walls. And
Yeah.
I got into it for like an hour, and I mean, I have to, I have a family, so I have to.
now, can I ask you a
Turn it off.
legitimate question, Dan? Do you have a VR headset at home or no?
No.
Okay, so I have to ask Jason this question.
Never
Now,
tried one
and-
actually.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
I've never really been interested.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, I'm going to ask Jason this question.
Oh.
Have you? And you got to answer this honest, and I promise that your wife won't see this.
Oh,
Have you
God.
ever watched porn?
I knew you were going to say it.
on your
I knew you were going to
headset.
say it.
No, and here's why. I actually have the 2 and the 3.
Okay.
I sold the original Quest, or I gave it away or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
My kids use my VR headset a lot, and
Ah.
they don't have their own accounts. So I don't want them to have Facebook yet, even though they're
Yeah.
13 and 11. So they get on there, and that's not the only reason. That's not the first thing I think of when I jump into VR. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of apps that you can sideload.
Yes.
Have you ever used? I will tell you, Darren. If you get on Steam VR, if you have a pretty good computer, you can
Yeah.
use Virtual Assistant, and you can play even like Half-Life Alyx, like some really good top level games that aren't
Yeah.
hampered by the internals of the 3. But porn wise, I
So
knew you
the
were going
reason-
to go there.
No,
So
I just-
Darren,
so-
let me ask you a question, and your wife will see this.
Yeah. No,
Have you
and
watched
I'm gonna answer already because I know what you're gonna ask me. My answer is no, but here is what I'm getting at, right? So the people who buy
Dan's
these
buying one right
MetaQuest
now.
3S, Dan's just checking it out right now. He's doing 2D glasses. But anyway, so people who buy these MetaQuest things are usually young people. Let's say ages 16 to 25. I'm
Yeah.
going to say is probably the
I agree.
demographic.
Yeah.
So in that regard, like, so why are most of these games that are on this like MetaQuest, I mean, they're cool. They're okay to play. They're fun. They're immersive, but they're not a high-end gaming device. You're not playing Call of Duty, and you're not playing like your graphically intensive games.
You can with Steam.
You can. You
and
can.
a lot of those games you're talking about, like the more risque games, are on
Yeah.
Steam VR.
Okay. But my question was this, right? So if you're not playing these games, then these young people, why are they buying this device? Is it just for connection? Like to meet other people?
So here's why I don't play for a long time. I honestly don't get on it very often because it's
Yeah.
a singular experience. Like you're by yourself. So
Yeah.
I have a family of now it's 5 because I have another kid, but
Yeah.
I want to be with them. Like, and if I'm in the basement or in a room playing
Yeah.
VR, maybe this is why Dan doesn't play. You're kind of separated from reality. Obviously, you're in virtual reality, so you don't have that connection with other people. Like
Yeah.
there was one moment where my one daughter was upstairs with the 2, and my other daughter was down with the 3, and they were playing Gorilla Tag together, which was cool for them too. But you can, if you set it up, you can stream it to any Google TV, so you can watch what they're doing. But that's still not the same thing. You're like disconnected from it
yeah.
because they're on chat, everyone's yelling and screaming. They don't care that what you're
Yeah.
doing. So that's the only reason why I don't play for long periods of time. But young people are used to being separated, and I'm telling you, with Steam VR, some of those
Yeah.
games are pretty cool.
I haven't checked out the Steam VR, but
You're
I
gonna
will.
have to. It's amazing.
Now, do you think with these 2 Apple Vision Pros, because they're meant to be the cheaper versions according to Apple?
Sure.
Well,
I mean, what,
probably.
like,
2,800.
yeah. Like,
Yeah,
fucking-
yeah, it's going to be.
And in
it's gonna
Canada,
be-
it can be 7,000.
Still
Yeah,
like 3
$7,000.
times as expensive as everything else.
Yeah. But so do you think that they're going after the younger market that are buying these MetaQuests by
Mm.
making the price point maybe a little bit cheaper?
It needs to be a lot cheaper for the young crowd.
Yeah. I don't know if they can make it iPhone prices.
Well, here's the thing. You
Maybe-
see all these. I just saw a thing that 75% of all U.S. teens have iPhones. And you want to know why? Because every carrier is giving you 4 lines for $250 a month.
Yeah.
Each get a free phone. It's not really free, but and parents
pay,
like,
yeah.
oh, it's easy. I'll just do that. And they do the same thing for Pixel and Samsung, but no one really
Yeah.
cares. And I think if the Vision has some kind of some kind of connectivity like the iPad does, I can see these carriers just. We've talked about before, like in the U.S., it's not fair. Like every other country, you pay for the service, you bring whatever phone you want. That's how it should be. In the
Yeah.
U.S., like no, we're gonna block every phone. You got to buy it from us so we can lock you in.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
crazy.
I don't know.
It
I
is.
mean, I think it would be interesting to see a cheaper version. I just hope they don't skimp on like lens quality and like screen quality stuff like that. Right?
How much is
That's
the Quest 3S? It's like what, $299?
$299? Yeah, $399.
Okay,
something like that.
if you can get by on $299, there's
Yeah.
no way they can't cut $1,500 and make it. God, even $2,000 is a lot of money.
Fuck, I'll be honest with you. If that shit was made out of lightweight plastic, I still think it would be good.
Yeah, but that's not Apple.
I know, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if that would bring the weight down, and that was a big problem with the Vision Pro.
The
from what I
weight
remember
needs
from
to be
the
low,
first
though,
one.
right?
Yeah,
It does. That's why they're using titanium. But I think they need to get a hold of B&O from our last episode we did with
Yeah,
marble
sure.
towers and make it out
Yeah.
of marble, Italian marble.
I would love to see that. I'd love to see
Talk
that.
about heavy.
Now, speaking of
great.
Pixel, I know it's been a couple of weeks. We didn't get a chance to talk about this last week. The
Pixel.
Pixel 9a.
What's that?
Out and about in a big way.
I think it's a good device. I really do.
I think so. What I was going to say is I think it's been received quite well. And maybe this is a trend we're seeing, like with the iPhone 16e, now the Pixel 9a is not getting shit on like it usually does when a Pixel releases a product. Maybe they're onto something here.
Did
Maybe
Marquez review it?
No. he
I don't
didn't.
Probably why it's not getting
so.
shit on.
Yeah, that's it, right. It's not going to get shit on. That's
Huh.
it. Good point.
That's an interesting point of view, Dan. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's done anything. Well, the 9A was delayed.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
Well,
don't
I
know.
mean, here's a thing. I should just speaking of Marquez. Really
Well, hold
quickly,
on.
I'll just-
Dan, what are your thoughts on the 9A? I know you probably don't have it, but do you think it looks bad? Is it a terrible device? Is it a decent device? I mean,
It's a fine it's a Pixel A series. It's fine, but I think the only thing they've sort of ruined a bit is the design language of it, like the Pixel identity. Like it's kind
Yeah.
of gone.
okay.
It's a
Fair
little bit
enough.
like the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Like it's just like, it's not. It don't look like a
It's
Pixel.
not, it doesn't feel like a Pixel. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't mind the like smooth, like camera barless design. You don't like it?
I mean, I the thing is like, I think the iPhone looks better.
Okay.
Well, they carry the language over, like you said. This looks, I mean, it's an okay design, but it doesn't look like a Pixel phone.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
That's the problem. And if you want everyone to be recognized, that's why Apple does a good job. I mean, besides selling billions of
And
phones.
I
billion
still
phones,
kind of
yeah.
feel like the A series is basically redundant. I
Yeah.
In a way.
because the Pixels aren't really getting upgraded that much. So you may as well just get you can get a Pixel 8 Pro for the same price as a 9A.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
why would you not?
Or get an 8A for like $300.
Or an 8A, or even like
yeah.
a Pixel 9. Even Pixel 9s are going for
Yeah.
similar
Well, I
prices.
think the 9A's got some advantage in battery life. It's got the newer processor for Tensor. But
yeah,
it's what, a 6? It's got a pretty big battery.
5200 or something
It's
like
50.
that.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not
The
a
size of
terrible.
the phone, it's pretty big.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
But they cheaped out in the cameras, I'm sure. And the design isn't bad. I think $499 is, I don't know. With the
I mean, they're cheaping out on everything. Let's be
Yeah.
fair.
Well, you look at the Nothing 3A and 3A Pro, and
They're appealing.
yeah, they're appealing. They feel quality. Now, I've never felt this, but I'm sure it's like every other A series. It's plastic. Obviously, this is going to have probably the best cameras, and I'm not saying sensor wise. I'm saying computational photography wise.
Yeah.
Because I have the Pixel 3 or this thing right here, whatever this thing's called, the 3A
The
Pro,
3A Pro, yeah.
and the cameras are okay.
Mm.
They're just
Now,
okay.
I'm going to ask you a question and see if you can guess this. So you all saw the Pixel 9 Pro launch back in fucking October or whenever it was.
The pre-recorded 20-minute.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Dan has in his hand right now. So let me ask you this.
I recorded a video on this earlier as well, where I'm a little bit scathing.
Oh,
Anyway.
okay. We'll get back to that in a second.
Whoa, hold on. You said scathing, so it's bad for the.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
In what way, Dan?
I just kind of went over the fact that I've not used the Pixel 9 Pro now for about 3 months at all, and the cameras are behind Samsung now, which I never thought I'd ever say.
So yeah.
They're charging ultra prices for a phone that has a poor SoC,
Yeah.
and the camera's not even been upgraded in any way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like,
It's hard to sell a phone based on software. Like I love all the pixely
Yeah.
like AI stuff. It's great. I haven't used a Pixel 9 Pro XL in God.
but even
probably
then,
3 or 4 months.
the other phones have all got the AI now. So it's like,
Well, but like
they're
call
not-
screen is
yeah,
unmatched. But how people don't talk on phones anymore. They all text.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it
That's
doesn't
exactly right.
really
Yeah.
matter.
It's becoming useless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, my question was so what do you think is the one app that Google decided to omit from the 9A?
Gemini.
Nope.
Google Assistant. That's something.
It's the most ridiculous thing, but I don't think it doesn't make any sense to me.
I know I read this article.
like
I know I
some
read
sort of like the screenshot feature or something stupid.
Bingo.
Like that.
Well done,
no
Dan.
way. No
Yeah.
way.
So
Oh,
the Pixel
God.
9A doesn't have the screenshot app. So you remember with the Pixel 9 Pro, it collates screenshots into like a system, allows you to find all the screenshots you took. It does not come with the Pixel screenshot app, and I don't know why. I have no idea. It doesn't make any sense. It's the same SoC. They've got enough RAM. The screen is big enough, but for some reason it doesn't have that app, and I cannot figure out why.
Is that just because they're trying to cut it down? I mean, that's someone at XDA is going to get that working again.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I mean,
Yeah,
you
I
probably
just thought you
side load it maybe, but like,
Yeah, you
why
probably
admit
could.
it? Why? It's a software feature.
Here's
Like,
my thing:
why
who
get
actually
rid of that
uses
at
it
all?
anyways? Who uses a screenshot?
It's
feature
not
anyways?
bad. The Pixel screenshot app. It's actually pretty functional most of the
That's
time.
what the Nothing Phone 3A Pro is. That awesome button that I talked about last time.
Push
we talked.
back, yeah.
Every time you fucking hit the damn button, oh my god! Yeah, I just checked. I had 103 screenshots in my AI show because I keep hitting the wrong button. I'm so used to the small button being the power button.
It
Dan,
throws
you know what I'm
off.
talking about?
Yeah.
I haven't used the phone.
So
Well,
this right here is
yeah.
this is the power button, and that's the AI shelf button. So every time you
Oh,
hit
God.
that, it takes a screenshot and it says, "Do you want to hold it down to make a
It
voice
looks
note?"
really low, those buttons on that phone. Are they like fucking where your middle finger is? Like,
What do
would
you
that
mean?
be like, you know what I'm saying? No, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, they look lower than the average button.
I think the power, like, the problem is like like, I don't know. It's like I'm used to the Samsung, and
Yeah.
I grab it. Like, I just did it again. I
Yeah.
literally grabbed it and it took a screenshot. Like, I just
You know what it is,
really
Dan?
touched
I
it.
got this. Anything in Jason's hand looks smaller than it actually is. That's what it is.
Probably. I do have
Yeah.
small hands. But
You know,
you
it's
have
funny, I
the size
think-
of small hands, right?
I think when I had the Nothing phone, like even without going on the first one, I think I was taking screenshots all the bloody time when I picked it up just because of where the buttons were placed.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm
Oh,
getting at.
yeah.
It looks weird to me. So
But then that's without the fucking dedicated.
there's a
button to do
extra
it.
button.
But
yeah.
now instead of hitting 2 buttons to take a screenshot, you're only hitting 1. I think
Accidentally.
look, the phone
Yeah.
is amazing for what it is. That button should be like way up here.
Mm.
That way,
Yeah.
it's a purpose thing. I
Yeah.
don't know if they did that because of the manufacturing. Hey, it's cheaper to put it right here than move it up here. I don't know.
Anyway, can we talk
Yeah.
music for a second?
No.
Yes.
Sure.
So, what's the most, Dan, you would pay for if you were into music and you wanted to buy a turntable? What would be the most? What would be the most you would pay for a turntable? Like if you were just getting into music.
Oh,
Vinyl,
I know what
all
you're
of that
going
stuff.
for. This. I know what this is.
£100,
So, okay, what's that in US dollars? Like $200?
I don't know.
probably
No.
like 500.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Okay, fine.
I don't know. With all these tariffs, the dollar
tariffs
is worth
going up?
less
Yeah.
and more and less and more. I
Yeah.
don't know what. I don't know.
Jason, what would be
Yeah.
the most you would pay?
I
for-
have a turntable and it has Bluetooth built in, and
Ooh.
it's way
Oh,
too
fancy.
quiet. It's so quiet.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much I paid for it. It was a long time ago. But I think $200 to $250 maybe max. If I had a big stereo, which I don't have anymore.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So, how about 10 grand?
Make it 11, and then we have a deal.
So Audio
Audio-Technica, of
Technica
course.
is releasing
That
a
makes my turn.
levitating and glowing turntable. A fucking levitating turntable. Yes, you heard that
But
right.
Darren, pair this with
RGB.
Marble speaker holders and B&O speakers.
Yeah, I
you
know,
got
right?
yourself one hell of a system.
That's going to be an amazing series.
Well,
we're going to use those
basically in
Marvel
price.
ones from last week. Yeah. So if we're completing your whole audio experience here, listeners, if you're watching from last week as well, you're going to have Marble speakers and a levitating turntable.
Jesus.
So basically, I still don't really understand. From what I understand here, it's magnets.
1,000
essentially.
units. Jesus.
Yeah.
Magnets.
To help dampen vibrations, but it also means that the fucking thing floats off the floor like it's
It's
like
got
magic.
RGB as well. Can you change
That's
colors?
what
And
it looks
it
like.
does. Yeah, it glows with a color changing light that responds to
Now
the
worth
Dan's
it
sound.
gonna buy it.
the
It's worth
Like,
it.
oh, RGB. Hell
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
It makes the music
cool.
clearer.
Yes, it does. Yes.
Are you any of you guys a vinyl fan? Like, I don't see a benefit
No.
over like obviously streaming. You're gonna lose bit rate, blah blah blah. You know, but CD, DVD, and record, I still think are okay. But I'm not totally sold on vinyl. I know it's making a comeback. I probably have 10 records and a record player that is collecting dust right now. So
I've got loads of CDs, but
I've got some CDs. Yeah.
that's it. I never did the vinyl thing.
I'm actually just
If you
trying
did
to.
8-track,
No.
No.
I'm just trying to find
For my
a video
time.
of what it looks
Same here.
like. Hang on one second. It's called Horror 2. Is that what it's called? The Horror 2 turntable. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. All right. So this is the Horror 2 turntable.
The who?
The Horror.
Oh,
this is
that's
the audio. Yeah.
Otaru.
Sorry, I can't pronounce words.
It's not worth $10,000. What the?
Well, we'll see.
Is a terrible name.
Dan, you put that in your gaming in your room?
It looks fucking amazing. If I'm being honest, like it's got a vibe. That's for
It just
sure.
needs to flash on and off to the beat of the music. You just be like
That would be
proper raving it up.
Where's
see how this
at? What's it connected to?
Okay, so it actually is off the base, and the speaker's built in at the bottom.
I see, yeah. A lot of questions.
Ready for a porno.
A lot of questions.
Yeah.
Proper porno music.
Yeah.
So, like, mine's Audio Technica too, and it's got RCA out, which is the red and, for those people who don't understand, the red and white physical connection. Okay.
What's he talking about? No,
There's no digital. There's no coax. There's no any of that stuff. Or fiber optic.
It's like being on an old games console.
Yeah, exactly. And it's got Bluetooth, but with mine, what drives me nuts is I had a receiver like a Dolby Atmos, and I had all the speakers in the sub, which I got rid of all that stuff. But I had all that, and I plugged this thing in, and it was too quiet. Like I was jamming all the way up, I could barely hear it. So then I'm like, I'll try Bluetooth, and it was the same shit. So it's like,
yeah.
To me, there's got to be some kind of, I would imagine at $10,000, this is going to have a digital audio converter, all that stuff. I'm no
Does it,
audio.
though?
I mean, what?
I don't know if it does. Like, I can't find a lot of information about this
Well,
apart from the website, which kind of gives us a little bit of it. But
I give you a
it's-
surprise, both you and Dan.
Yeah, you give
I,
me.
I got you each one.
Oh, it's nice.
Thanks.
Here, this tech strippers were
I
making
can
so
sell that
much
for a
money.
decent amount.
I mean, it looks pretty. I like how the lights change with the music. So I guess if you're listening to like, I don't know, fucking hardcore Metallica or some shit like that.
I couldn't even tell what I had
hardcore.
one. I think I have some Linkin Park albums that they gave me for free. I might
It's
have. I don't.
fun to
Good
look at.
tunes. Good tunes.
And so there's already, as you can probably imagine, there's already somebody ripping on this online.
No.
Yes, they have. And
Social
they've made
media
a
rip on people? That's you're not. No.
actually made a this was at Milan. I think it's Milan Fashion Week or one of the is where they released this. Of course they did. But someone's made a video of them just ripping on it. Just forewarning here. There's a lot of swearing. So just be ready. Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, hang on one second. It's crazy. Milan Fashion Week is so different.
We're just gonna kick Darren out, Dan. It's just you and me now, okay?
He got me with that time, actually.
You know what? We'll bring him
got-
back. We'll
got
just
me with
cut
that.
off the
He got
live
me with
stream.
that time. You know, I always knew when he was going to do it. I always knew when he was going to do it. I'm out of practice.
You know what's funny, Dan? Our last live stream, like he had an opportune moment to do it.
I
even
did.
set it up, and he's like, "No,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it."
God damn.
Listen,
Damn it! I didn't catch
I-
that one either.
Sorry, you knew
Got
it
me
was
good.
coming.
Got me good.
Okay, so final story for today. So actually, there's a couple we'll end up with here. I don't know if you guys heard about this. This happened earlier in the week. Someone decided in the US to hack all of the crosswalks and make the voices in the buttons Elon Musk and
No.
Mark Zuckerberg.
No. That's
So
brilliant.
I honestly, I this fucking made
That's
me laugh out
hilarious.
loud. That honestly, it
Elon
really
Musk
is.
so hated now.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
crazy. We were talking
Yeah.
about this, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to get political, but when EVs first came out, it was all liberals and the soft people like it because it's going to save the environment, and Republicans were like, no, there's no such thing as climate change, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Now the tables have turned because Trump's in office and Elon Musk is supporting him. Now it's so strange. Like, the world is so messed up. Like,
All the people that are like wanting to save the environment now, they're smashing up Teslas,
yeah,
yeah,
like, and setting them on fire, and it's causing like the worst possible pollutants.
yeah. I know because
Like,
the electric
these people
batteries.
are insane.
like I
Yeah.
bought a
They are
Tesla
insane.
back.
They probably
in-
think he's in the fucking lamppost and they'll
Yeah.
kick it down or something.
my thing is I bought a Tesla not because of Elon or because of my
You like
party or
Teslas?
because I like technology and they've been around
Right.
for a while. But now I got to look over my shoulder. Dan, I was telling them before, I've had my charger yanked out of my car a few times.
Yeah.
I've been the Hail Hitler. I'm like, look, I don't support
It's
any of that
mental.
stuff. Yeah,
It's just mental.
crazy.
It's just
It really
people that are just going way over the fucking line with things. It's just.
It's the world we live in.
I mean, they were one in London. Even in London, they
Yep.
set up this thing, set up a thing for people to come along and smash a Tesla up with hammers. It's like, what is wrong with you? You're in the
Yeah.
fucking UK. What the fuck you
Yeah.
doing?
It's got nothing to do with it. Like, I mean, I know
God,
they
they're
sell
insane.
international. I've been watching here in Canada. They've been hitting up Tesla dealerships.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, here in America too.
Yeah, and just spray painting the fuck out of them. Like, just
Well,
absolutely.
you heard about Trump. He said anybody who did. Yeah,
Go
I
on.
can't even say it with a straight face. He's like, if you vandalize a Tesla or vandalize the service centers, dealerships, cut the chargers, you're an enemy of the state, a terrorist within, or whatever. And I'm like, oh
Wow.
my god, this is so it's so annoying.
I kind of feel like, though, if you are firebombing Teslas,
Yeah,
like, and dealerships and whatever else, that is kind of domestic terrorism because you're doing it
It
there
is.
to
Yeah,
scare people. I mean,
100%, yeah.
you've just said yourself, you're actually worried about people going after your car. That's
yeah,
you're being
I was telling
terrorized
Darren
in a
before
way.
the show. This Saturday, I'm going to a bigger city. I'm not going to say where,
Mm,
and it's more democratic.
mm.
And I'm going to get a tattoo. That I have 2 tattoos for my first 2 kids, and I
Funny
want to get
spot.
one for the third one.
Of course.
And I asked my friend, I'm like, can I park in your garage? Like, he said, you should be okay. You should be okay. That's
Oh boy,
That's
that's not
not-
reassuring at all.
no. So that worries me. Like,
What, in
I
his
don't-
personal garage?
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's saying you should be okay.
Like, he's
Like,
saying
the
like, he
car
can't, I
being
can't
okay.
park in there. He's got like a hot rod and a truck and a
Okay.
car. So he's like, you'll park in the driveway. And I'm like,
Ah, okay.
he goes, but you should be okay in the driveway.
But even
You
then,
should
that's
be
fucking
okay.
crazy.
Yeah,
He's like, don't you have
bizarre.
cameras? Well, that's not the point.
Fucking
Yes,
weird.
I have cameras and I can record the person doing it, but the cops don't give a shit about my Tesla.
Yeah,
Post it
So-
online. Post it online. Let everyone go after him. It's great.
I know. People do
Yeah.
that all the time. I know.
How do they not
I,
know they've got fucking cameras in by now? It's just crazy.
I actually air tagged Jason's Tesla, and I'm just going to share the location.
Well,
with,
here's
all
what I'll
the
tell you, Dan.
fans.
On Tesla, they have a Sentry mode. They have Sentry
Yes.
mode. It turns on like four of the 8 cameras or 6 cameras they have.
Mm.
They just did a spring update, and now it records every camera. So you have two,
Right.
2 on each side, 1 in the back, and some cars have 2 in the front.
Yeah,
So that's a lot of cameras. But I don't know. The guy who unplugged my Tesla pulled his hoodie over his face before he got there. So
Of
and
course
he
he did.
walked. So
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't vandalized or anything, but it's just, I don't know.
The guy's a prick.
Yeah,
basically.
It's like, whoa, you stopped my charger. What the?
You're
Yeah,
not
I mean,
getting
it could've
home
been-
now.
it could have been worse. I mean, fuck. I mean, they damaged the charging port. Like, how much is that to fix? Like, I can only imagine.
I don't know if yours does this, but when you go to a Tesla charger on a Tesla, it's actually locked. You can't.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah,
Where
yeah,
I live, there's no Tesla chargers anywhere, so I got to use an adapter. And
right.
it's not locked. Well, I just found someone 3D printed like a ring that locks even that charger now.
Mm.
So it was like $1.99. So I was like,
Is that the guy who made your cock ring too?
no, they didn't have a big enough machine for that.
They didn't have
Yeah, you know how that is.
the size was too much to work with.
Yeah,
true.
the girth, not the size. You know how it is.
I mean, he was
I
just
do
using
how
a
it is,
hula.
yeah.
You were just using a hula hoop, no?
Wow. Just at the end of the show, we have to ruin it. I got to say one thing. I posted a picture on Twitter and Dan made a comment. So I posted a picture of me I wasn't driving, but I was in my car. And I figured, we do this podcast. I've never actually listened to it as a podcast. Okay. So I took a picture of it and Dan's like, so you can listen to you. You know what's funny, Dan? It is kind of funny. But I've been listening to it now. And what I like about listening to it is I can, like, when we talk and we show things, sometimes we don't describe what we're looking at. So someone listens to the podcast like, what the fuck are they laughing at? Like, I'm like, and one of them was like, oh, it looks really cool. And you're like, yeah, it's really neat. And I'm like,
What is it?
I mean, I was there, so I know, but no one else.
I try to describe it every time because I'm mindful of the fact that we do this on the video podcast, but it also is listened to on like Spotify.
But you gotta leave Dan to have the driest humor.
He does.
Say, talking.
I honestly,
that's British humor for you, mate.
It was.
I
good.
laughed out loud when I saw that comment because I get the notification too. So I saw it. I was like, Jason posted. Okay, that was pretty funny. That was actually pretty good.
I didn't even care because you know what, my kids. Well, it was in the car there. I think today we were driving home and I just started playing it and my kids are like, is that you? And then you made a effing like horrible comment. I'm like, oh shit. I turned it off real quick.
For the record, this is not Darren. This is AI. The swearing is all.
Dad, what's a cock ring?
It's something you put on a chicken.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's right.
Or
Yeah.
a chicken.
Well, listen, that actually brings us to the end of today's show. The Tech Disruptors. Thank you very much, Dan. That's always lovely having Dan on. We miss you, buddy.
Sorry,
It's late for him. It's late for you. We get it.
I know,
We
yeah.
appreciate
It's
it
just
though.
midnight now, so you know.
Now, Dan, are you buying yourself a special Easter treat, an Easter chocolate, an Easter egg, something along those lines?
My mother-in-law has already bought me a couple of Easter eggs.
Nice. Jason, do you get Easter gifts? Do you get like Easter eggs or like anything?
Yeah,
from
so
your wife?
we never like decorate eggs. They're too expensive here in the US anyways, but we always get the kids baskets, like candy, and now they're getting older. Well, they don't really believe in the Easter bunny, I don't think.
Got it.
We give them little gifts, little small things. Like we used to give them like Lego sets or like small ones.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna like what they get this year. But in my family, it's like now it's February, March, April, May. We have birthdays and like holidays. So it's very expensive.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I know like my wife calls me 2 days ago. She's at the grocery store and she's like, do I have to buy like Easter eggs for my son? My son's 12. And I'm like last year he was still kind of
hold on. He's 12 years old. Have you ever bought eggs the previous 11 years?
Yeah. So for the last 11 years, he has, done the quote unquote Easter egg hunt to find his eggs around the house.
Oh, we don't do that.
No. So that's how we've always done it, right? That's just that's the tradition.
We do it for my brother-in-law. I mean, he's 22 this year, and because he's autistic, he's like,
well,
he still fucking loves it. It's like he's completely like a child with it. Also, it's just amazing. Same with Christmas.
So my in-laws do it. They take eggs. And they say you can only get so many eggs. So you get each getting 5, and they put change and dollar bills in. That's it.
Oh yeah, okay.
So they each get like $5 or $6. But and the teenagers are doing it. Like now I don't.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking for like a 10 grand check or something. But
well, because so my thing
eventually.
I didn't know what she calls me and she's like, do I have to like get these chocolate eggs? Like, are we doing like the regular tradition here? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, well, she says, well, I haven't heard him kind of say, like, usually as he gets excited. So we haven't really heard him say, oh, I can't wait for Easter, like one of those things. So she's like, can I just buy him a fucking basket full of and just fill it with chocolate eggs and gum and Pokemon cards, whatever the fuck he's into. And I'm like, I guess so. So we don't actually know. Like Sunday's going to come around. I don't know if he's going to like wake up and bust out of his room and go, "What the fuck? Where are all my Easter eggs? Why is there no
Did
eggs?"
Easter Bunny come down the chimney?
Yeah, like, or is he just going to walk down in the kitchen and be like, okay, that's fine. I'll take that.
Yeah,
Like,
I think, Mike. I think once they don't believe in those kind of things anymore,
yeah,
it makes it more difficult.
Yeah.
But like for Valentine's Day, I have 2 girls. Now I have a boy, but I
Yeah.
get them like a flop, like 1 rose each, and I get them like a little bit of chocolate. I don't go overboard, but I think a little bit of something, unless I run out of money and go homeless because
Yeah.
the tech disruptors just aren't cutting it anymore.
Yeah.
But
Well, look, either way, it is Easter. So make sure you actually put down your tech and spend time with your family because that's really what it's about. Important to do that more and more.
For sure.
But we will be back next Sunday. I believe we have a guest next Sunday. Possibly, kind of, maybe. Doesn't matter. Even if we do, I don't remember. I have to check the
AI.
schedule. AI. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
going
give
to
it
have
AI.
You know what? I would love to try that one day.
Could you imagine
would-
having like Gemini? I'm not saying Gemini, but something like who can respond back.
I'll set up a webcam and just have the Gemini live there, and we'll just let it run, and just
Yeah,
see how
but
this
she'll
fucking
interrupt the
runs.
entire time. Like, what did you say?
Yeah, no, we'll just address it to when we have a question. Like I ask you guys, I'll ask it, and we'll just see what the canned responses are.
As long as you mute it when we're not asking questions.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll be back next Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And please check us out on YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe button. And we're also on Spotify,
YouTube Music.
YouTube Music, Good Pods, Apple Music. And Jason will send you a live recording on cassette for $5 US. You can send it to PayPal.
And he'll send you a cock ring.
And a cock ring.
Specially
3D
made.
printed one.
For your chicken,
Yeah.
of course.
For your chicken. But on
What
that
else we
note, honestly, it couldn't. Dan's already ordered 3 of them. I don't know why he needs 3 cock rings, but
Yep.
we'll find
Well,
out.
I've
They're
already
already
got
wrapped
3,
ready
so
to
that's
go.
an extra 3.
An extra 3. I think Dan's trying to do like some of those tribes in Africa where you put them around your neck to elongate your neck. He thinks if he puts them around his cock will get bigger.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Yeah.
It's okay. On that note, we will leave
I
you guys there for today's show. And we will see you guys
Peace
next
out,
week.
guys.